Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to start. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishnapastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschyatyari Shatarine Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Jayom Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivrajikacharya Ashtottara Sata Shri Srimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyamakund Radhakund Giri Govardhan ki jai. Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Navadvip Dham ki jai. Ganga Mai ki jai. Jamuna Mai ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. Tulsi Devi ki jai. Samaveta Bhaktavrinda ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. So, Hare Krishna, and welcome to everyone for Srimad Bhagavatam class with His Holiness Jayadvaita Swami and friends. It is Wednesday, November 1st, 2023. Tonight we're starting in the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 25th chapter, verse number 26. So, very much looking forward to hearing everyone's reading and comments. And thank you so much for being with us, Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, I just wanted to add, in case anyone's not looking at the chat, that in the US we will be changing our clocks back to standard time, which means they go back 1 hour. And so devotees in India who will not be changing their clocks, please take note. So if it's 7 o'clock there, it'll be 6 o'clock for you. I think Maharaj or somebody last year missed it, showed up late, and okay, Maharaj says 5:30 IST, India Standard Time. All right, thank you. Hare Krishna. To kick things off, Surabhi Kunj, Mataji, are you able to read today?
Hare Krishna. Yes, I am.
Please do so then, if you're willing.
Bhaktya Pumanjata Viraga Aindriyad Drista Shruta Madrachana Nuchintaya Chitasya Yato Grahani Yoga Yukto Yati Syate Rujuvir Yoga Marge. Thus, consciously engaged in devotional service in the association of devotees, a person gains distaste for sense gratification, both in this world and in the next, by constantly thinking about the activities of the Lord. This process of Krishna consciousness is the easiest process of mystic power. When one is actually situated on that path of devotional service, he is able to control the mind. Purport. In all scriptures, people are encouraged to act in a pious way so that they can enjoy sense gratification not only in this life but also in the next. For example, one is promised promotion to the heavenly kingdom of higher planets by pious fruitive activities. But a devotee in the association of devotees prefers to contemplate the activities of the Lord, how he has created this universe, how he is maintaining it, how the creation dissolves, and how in the spiritual kingdom the Lord's pastimes are going on. There are full literatures describing these activities of the Lord, especially Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Samhita, and Srimad Bhagavatam. The sincere devotee who associates with devotees gets the opportunity to hear and contemplate the subject of the pastimes of the Lord. And the result is that he feels distaste for so-called happiness in this or that world, in heaven or on other planets. The devotees are simply interested in being transferred to the personal association of the Lord. They have no more attraction for temporary so-called happiness. That is the position of one who is yoga yukta. One who is fixed in mystic power is not disturbed by the allurement of this world or that world. He is interested in the matters of spiritual understanding or the spiritual situation. This sublime situation is very easily attained by the easiest process, Bhakti Yoga. Ruchubir Yoga Marge. A very suitable word used here is Ruchubi, or very easy. There are different processes of Yoga Marg, attaining yoga perfection, but this process, devotional service to the Lord, is the easiest. Not only is it the easiest process, but the result is sublime. Everyone should therefore try to take this process of Krishna consciousness and reach the highest perfection of life.
Hare Krishna, I had a question. Perhaps Maharaj can answer it. It's about the word yoga yukta. And I was wondering, since yoga isn't the root of the word yoga yukta, I'm not Sanskritist at all, but I seem to recall that, and I was just wondering if if there's any real difference in I'm not getting the difference between the two words so much. Not so, I mean, it's a minor point, but I was just curious about that. Well, yoga and yukta have the same root, right? And so I'm just wondering what the fine point of it's like almost like a redundancy to me, but I don't know Sanskrit well enough, and I was wondering if maybe if you could tell me what the what is it for emphasis, or is there is there a shade of meaning in difference? I mean, a shade of difference in meaning. Connected through yoga. But yeah, I guess my point is yoga means connection, doesn't it? Okay. So related. I had to look up cognate. I'm vaguely familiar with the word, but yeah. If there are no questions or comments, I can move on to the next. Oh, there's one from a hand up from Saraswati Mataji. Please. Maharaj says, so the words are used together to further express a point. Yukta can mean engaged. Thank you, Maharaj.
Pranams to everyone. I'm just wondering here it says one who is fixed in mystic power is not disturbed by the allurement of this world or that world. So I'm not sure this mystic power, that kind of makes me think about yogis who want yogic powers, but I'm sure that can't be the same thing because yogis that desire the perfection of yogic powers, they are allured and they are attracted to the material world. So I'm not sure this mystic power, I'm not sure what that means. Is that bhakti, mystic power? Thank you.
Well, I'm wondering if he's talking about like a process by, it's devotional service, but there's different ways of performing devotional service. Maharaj says, engaged in yoga or devotional service, see Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Maharaj says he glosses this verse as discussing bhakti mixed with yoga. Okay. Saraswati Mataji, is your hand up again, or is that from before?
Yes, I was just hearing from a class from Srila Gaur Govind Maharaj, and he was referring to this quote from Sri Sri Prema Vivarta by Srila Jagad Nandan Pandit, who was a very close associate of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and said to be an incarnation of Satyabhama. So one of the texts, they talk a lot about this absolute need for sadhu sangha, but one of the texts, it said the opposite of having association with materialistic people. So the text is asadu sangha bhai Krishna nam nahi hai namaskara bhairaya bate tabu nam kabu naya, which means, oh brother, the name of Krishna never appears in bad association, because the letters of the name may appear, but the name never does. So I'm not sure. I was saying that the letters of the name of Krishna appear, but the name never does, which makes me think that in association with non-sadhus, even if you know the name of Krishna, the letters of the name may appear, but the name never does. So I don't know, maybe it means the full impact and the power of the name is not revealed if you're still associating with materialistic people. And then it says, another text, it says, Yadi karibe Krishna nama sadhu sangha kare bhukti mukti siddhi vancha dure parihara. If you want to chant the name of Krishna, then associate with sadhus and leave behind the desires for enjoyment, liberation, and supernatural powers. Anyway, I got a bit confused because I wasn't sure if the name of Krishna never appears in bad association. The letters of the name may appear, but the name never does. I don't know if Maharaj can clarify that. Thank you.
I'm going to read what Maharaj wrote in the chat just now in further answer to your question about mystic power. Lord Kapila Dev presents a mystic yoga process, quote, end quote, but the essence is devotional service. Srila Prabhupada explains, and he says, it comes up in my Kirtan Standards book. My husband has written in the chat, I guess he's quoting Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Rijubhi, or very easy. All that's required is a change of attitude from I want to be the master to I want to be the servant. It's easy, sublime, and extremely distasteful to most of us. So you weren't quoting Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, it's just your comment. Maharaj says, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, the syllables are coming, but that's not nam. In other words, if our consciousness is not Krishna consciousness, our chanting will be superficial. My understanding also is that it may not be Krishna present directly, but it's purifying. I think yeah, I'm looking it up right now. In the 6th canto, chapter 2, text 14, one who chants the holy name of the Lord is immediately free from the reactions of unlimited sins, even if he chants indirectly to indicate something else, jokingly, for musical entertainment, or even neglectfully. This is accepted by all the learned scholars of the scriptures. So that's talking about purification, but it's not a direct it doesn't say it's the direct presence of Krishna. But then how is it purifying if it's not Krishna or if he's not present?
Also, I was thinking, if that's the case, somebody has to be Krishna conscious in order for them to be able to chant and receive the full benefit. I'm not sure how did Ajamil then receive, because he wasn't Krishna conscious and he chanted Narayan. So how did he receive the full benefit of chanting Narayan?
Maharaj writes in the chat, Asadu Sanghe Bhai Krishna Namanai Hai Namaskar Bahirai Bate Tabunama Kabunai. My dear brothers, a person cannot purely chant Krishna Nam in the company of non-devotees. The sound and the syllables may be uttered, but that is not real chanting. Jayadvaita chapter 25, page 391, quoting from Prema Vivarta chapter 7. In a lecture on Srimad Bhagavatam 619, no date available, Srila Prabhupada made a similar point and cited the same verse. If anyone wants to make progress in spiritual life, then he must follow the regulative principles. Then it will help him to make progress. Otherwise, just like Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Namaskara Bahirai Namanaya, that chanting Hare Krishna mantra, it is simply manifesting the alphabet. Krishna, that's all. It is not name. Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan Standards book. So Maharaj, would you say, I'm sorry. Srila Prabhupada gives an example. If you want to cook, you put the pot on the fire, but not hanging a foot or two above. If you put it above that way, you'll still get some heat. So you put your pot on the stove directly, and then you get the full effect. So Maharaj, that idea that if you get, there's something there, and I'm wondering if that something is what is quoted in 6th canto, that even if you chant indirectly, jokingly, or neglectfully, that you are freed from reactions of unlimited sins. Obviously, that's not bhakti, but it's something.
Maharaj says, getting free from unlimited sins, that you can get just from a shadow of the holy name. The real result should be prema pumarto mahan, love for Krishna, but that we won't get by offensive chanting. Saraswati Mataji says, but Ajamil got full benefit from chanting Narayan despite not being Krishna conscious. And Maharaj says, Ajamil got a wonderful result, but even that wasn't full. Saraswati Mataji says, Ajamil was offered to go to Vaikuntha. Maharaj says he was protected, and later, finally, he went. Tulsi Priya Mataji says, did Ajamil have prior devotional credit and just took a little detour with the prostitute? I can't remember. Maharaj says, certainly he had prior credit. Otherwise, why did he name his son Narayan? He was a dutiful Brahmin boy, etc.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Saraswati Mataji says, did his wife who served the sadhus get spiritual perfection too since she named her son Narayan? Maharaj says, we chant that verse in the morning. If one is infested with the 10 offenses, fill in the blank. Oh, you're telling me to fill in the blank. I don't know. If one is infested with the 10 offenses, then they will not get the desired result, which is Krishna Prema. And to answer Saraswati Mataji's question, Maharaj says, I don't recall the text saying anything about the result his wife got. Tulsi Priya Mataji said she got 50% of her husband's merit. Oh, Saraswati Mataji says, thank you so much for clarifying. And Tulsi Priya Mataji says, I don't know, I'm sort of joking.
Are we ready to move on to the next text? Okay.
Bharat says, let's.
Would Saraswati Mataji like to read this text?
I'll try. Text 27. My eyesight's been getting worse even with my glasses, but let's see. Asevayayam prakritar gunanam gnanena vairagya vijrambitena yogena mai arpitya cha bhaktya mam pratyag atmanam Ihavarunde. Translation. Thus, by not engaging in the service of the modes of material nature, but by developing Krishna consciousness, knowledge in renunciation, and by practicing yoga, in which the mind is always fixed in devotional service onto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one achieves my association in this very life. For I am the Supreme Personality, the Absolute Truth. Purport. When one engages in devotional service to the Lord in the 9 different kinds of bhakti yoga, as enunciated in authoritative scriptures, such as hearing, shravanam, chanting, kirtanam, remembering, offering worship, praying, and offering personal service, either in one of them or 2 or 3 or all of them, he naturally has no opportunity to engage in the service of the 3 modes of material nature. Unless one has good engagements in spiritual service, it is not possible to get out of the attachment to material service. Those who are not devotees, therefore, are interested in so-called humanitarian or philanthropic work, such as opening a hospital or charitable institution. These are undoubtedly good works in the sense that they are pious activities, and their result is that the performer may get some opportunities for sense gratification either in this life or in the next. Devotional service, however, is beyond the boundary of sense gratification. It is completely spiritual activity. When one engages in the spiritual activities of devotional service, naturally he does not get any opportunity to engage in sense gratificatory activities. Krishna conscious activities are performed not blindly, but with perfect understanding of knowledge and renunciation. This kind of yoga practice, in which the mind is always fixed upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead in devotion, results in liberation in this very life. The person who performs such acts gets in touch with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Chaitanya therefore approved the process of hearing from realized devotees about the pastimes of the Lord. It does not matter to what category of this world the audience belongs. If one meekly and submissively hears about the activities of the Lord from a realized soul, he will be able to conquer the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is unconquerable by any other process. Hearing or associating with devotees is the most important function for self-realization. So I like this sentence where it says, regardless of, what does it say? I think for whatever station of life. Yeah, what category of this world the audience belongs, it doesn't matter. Because originally I was thinking, well, suppose someone's illiterate. I mean, for me, I'm not so scholarly, and I have a memory like a sieve. I forget so quickly these days. But it says here, regardless of what category the audience belongs to, everyone has the opportunity and is able to perform bhakti yoga, devotional service to the Lord. And so in other words, bhakti is always accessible if you're sincerely looking for that and want to do it. Haribo.
Maharaj says, Tane Sita Shruti Gatam Tanuvan Manobir. Maharaj says, that's the verse Srila Prabhupada glosses as cited by SCM. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Asevaya Prakrite Gunanam. So the Prabhupada makes the point elsewhere that if we're not serving Krishna, we have to serve Maya. And Tulsi Priya Mataji said, those who, even while remaining situated in their established social positions, throw away the process of speculative knowledge and with their body, words, and mind offer all respects to descriptions of your personality and activities, dictating their lives to these narrations, which are vibrated by you personally and by your pure devotees, certainly conquer your lordship, although you are otherwise unconquerable by anyone within the three worlds. And Tulsi Priya Mataji says that's 10:14:3. Saraswati Mataji says, sorry to digress a little, but I am perplexed as one devotee said female gurus exist and can give initiation like male gurus. But I know women don't become sannyasis. Maharaj says, totally a digression. Anyway, sannyasis no, gurus yes, though rarely.
I was just considering how expert Prabhupada was when he brought Krishna consciousness to the West, because we don't like institutions generally, but you need them to get things accomplished sometimes. And he just created this whole infrastructure by which people who are constantly being bombarded by the material energy, especially in the West, they had this little sheltered place, the ashram, literally a shelter, um, where they could think about Krishna all the time, eat only Krishna prasadam, be engaged in service 24/7, and it's really remarkable when you think about it. That everybody, if all you had to do was just say, okay, I surrender, I go with it, I'm gonna go along with it, and every moment of your life is dedicated to Krishna's service and to remembering Krishna. It's just really, it's inconceivable mercy to be so immediately immersed in bhakti culture, you know, without any pre-qualification whatsoever. Just really, and being given service to do that. It's like, a lot of these were teenagers or people who were working outside of their whatever career they had, um, so many, I mean, just so many different ways people just were stretched beyond their own limitations, even in apparently material sense, but it was all for Krishna, and they got so much untold benefit from it, and then passed that benefit on to us.
Maharaj says yes. I like, of course, how Srila Prabhupada dismisses humanitarian and philanthropic activities.
I had a question about that. I've noticed that in many cases, I've both when I joined, which I was not a teenager or very young, I was almost 30, and later on when I used to live at the Krishna House and was dealing with a lot of young people, I see a phenomenon that plays out over and over. It starts off with a young person who's kind of lost, just not no real direction or anything like that, and then they come in contact with Krishna consciousness, and you know somehow they pull themselves together, and they become very dedicated servants, and I'm not saying this happens all the time, but I've seen it happen often enough. It almost seems like a kind of syndrome, but they get themselves together, and then but it's for whatever reason they don't want to take it all the way for the rest of their lives, and then they don't necessarily become inimical to Krishna consciousness, but it's like maybe chanting is too hard, maybe following the regs is too hard, but they'll go out and they'll get really involved in some sort of social welfare work, and they become very active, very prominent, leaders in those communities. And I just think it's interesting. Prabhupada, he's very clear in dismissing those pursuits, but it seems like that's the step down from Krishna consciousness. It may have been complete waste of space before Krishna consciousness, but if you can't follow it, then you seem to drop down, to the higher levels of um, material social behavior. Right.
Maharaj says, Gita 12th chapter, if you can't do this, do that. Saraswati
Yes.
Mataji says, stated here to hear meekly and submissively, but doesn't mean blindly. Some people challenged Srila Prabhupada in the beginning, but were defeated and eventually did become meek. So initially some may have firing spirit. And Maharaj continues, but that sort of humanitarian work is on the bottom of the hierarchy.
Could you clarify, Maharaj, the hierarchy of going up to devotional service, but not in gross material pursuits, or as was stated in the Gita. Right, yeah, got it late. Thank you. What text are we on? 28? No, we just finished 27. Okay.
Maharaj says, yes, Srila Prabhupada initially argued with his Guru Maharaj also. We're a subjugated country. Who will listen to your Chaitanya's message? This is all in response to Saraswati Mataji's question. But I was defeated.
Shall we move on? Maharaj looks agreeable. I'll take this one, I guess. Or Surbi Kunjmanta, would you like to read?
Maharaj says no time.
No time? Okay.
Sorry. There is. Okay. Small typo on my laptop.
Oh, so we can read that verse. It's a short purport. Am I understanding correctly? So we're on text 28.
Oh, he said small type on my laptop. Okay. Did you want me to read it?
Please go ahead.
Okay. Devahutir Uvacha Kachit Tvaya Uchita Bhakti Kidrishi Mamai Gochara Yaya Padam Te Nirvanam Anjas Anvasnava Aham. On hearing the statement of the Lord, Devahuti inquired, what kind of devotional service is worth developing and practicing to help me easily and immediately attain the service of your lotus feet? Purport. It is stated in Bhagavad Gita that no one is barred from rendering service to the Lord, whether one is a woman or a laborer or a merchant. If he engages himself in the devotional service of the Lord, he is promoted to the highest perfectional stage and goes back home, back to Godhead. The devotional service most suitable for different types of devotees is determined and fixed by the mercy of the spiritual master. Maharaj says anjasa, immediately or easily.
Maharaj, I am not clear. Oh, wait. Maharaj says Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur purport worth seeing. I guess my husband isn't able to get it up on the screen.
Maharaj says always worth seeing, of course, but you get the idea.
Yeah. One thing I noticed about this is, at first I thought when it said what kind of devotional service, and I was thinking how many kinds are there, but then I remembered in the purport, Prabhupada says the devotional service most suitable for different types of devotees is determined and fixed by the mercy of the spiritual master. So she's asking in an individual way what is for her. That's the way I'm taking it based on what I'm reading here.
Maharaj says Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur references verse 19, where Kapila mentioned bhakti suitable for the Lord.
I'll bring that up on the screen.
And Ekendra Prabhu posts the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's purport. Kachit stands for, okay, I don't know what that's meant to say. What kind? Tvai uchita means suitable for offering to you. In verse 19, Kapila mentioned bhakti suitable for the Lord. Because of hearing the excellence of such bhakti, she mentions this. What is possible to know and do for a woman like me? by which I can attain your feet, the form of bliss. Nirvasam, I guess. What's that? Medine says that Nirvasam means extinction, bliss. Medani. Okay. Says that Nirvasa means extinction, bliss, bathing of an elephant, joining, and liberation. Or Nirvasam can mean, Mara says Medini. Okay. Can mean without obstacles. I will attain your feet without obstacles immediately. Another version has Anjasa Tvanavi. Tulsi Priya Mataji posts text 19. Perfection in self-realization cannot be attained by any kind of yogi unless he engages in devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but that is the only auspicious path. Maharaj says, Sadrishi looks like the relevant word, suitable.
Well, it looks like we're close to the end here, so maybe we should have kirtan now. Either Krishna Saraswati's question. Sorry, I missed it. Why is it so hard for some to undertake what is the easiest, bhakti yoga? Very unfortunate.
Maharaj said, it must be that I'm being punished by Yamaraj, therefore no attraction.
Well, now I'm curious how Yamaraj punishes a person. I guess you have to not be a human being. Because if you're a human being, you have the choice in any given situation to whether or not. Right. Srila Prabhupada purports to a song. Thank you.
Maharaj says the context is that not being attracted is how I'm being punished.
Thank you. Okay. I think now we could have kirtan. Either Krishna Konteya, or if he's not able, invite Bhaktin Dana. Krishna Konteya Prabhu, are you with us? Could you lead kirtan?
Is Mataji gonna do it?
She's not replying, so you're our
You can go for
reliable.
it. I like yours. Yours is much better. Go for it. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo. Jayam Vishnupad Brahmasa Parivrajakacharya Astotara Sata Sri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupad Brahmasa Parivrajakacharya Astotara Sata Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Saraswati Goswami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Siddhartha Thakur Ki Jai. ISKCON founder Acharya, Savior of the world, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Praying say Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Shri Radha Krishna, Gopal Gopinath, Shamakun, Radhakun, Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Sri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Sri Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Sri Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Sri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Ganga Mai Ki Jai, Yamuna Mai Ki Jai, Tulsi Devi Ki Jai, Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Samaveda Bhakti Vrinda Ki Jai, all glories to some of the devotees, all glories to the some of the devotees, all glories to the some of the devotees. Jai Sri Guru Guranga, Jai Sri Guru Jai Das Maharaj Ki Jai. Okay.
Right, thank you everyone for joining us again for reading Srimad Bhagavatam with His Holiness Jayadvaita Maharaj and friends. And tomorrow's Thursday, so we'll be having CC reading. So please join us for that and tell your friends. Marai Gupta Prabhu says, Jai, thank you Maharaj and all the devotees. Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone. Thank you Maharaj once again for being with us and giving us your ever briefer, valuable insights in the chat box. It's so enlivening to have you here. All right, everyone. See you all tomorrow and Friday for Bhagavatam class. Samaveda Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.